Canadians have to pay. Those were the words of Justin Trudeau today as he defended a $31 million compensation package for 3 men wrongly accused of terrorism. Margot McDermott has the details.
The Prime Minister didn't mince words today about 3 Canadians who were tortured.
I hope people take notice of this. I hope people are angered.
And then this is the cell. This is actually, if you can see it, that's smaller than a grave.
Abdullah al-Malki is one of 3 men who ended up in Syrian jails like this one shortly after 9/11. Al-Malki, along with Ahmed El-Mati and Muyad Nuruddin, were wrongly accused of terrorism and tortured, in part because of information provided to Syria by the RCMP and CSIS. The government reached a settlement with them last March. Now we know they're getting $31.3 million, although it's not clear how much each received.
We have a Charter of Rights and Freedoms that guarantees protection for Canadians, and when governments, regardless of which stripe, do not defend those rights, Canadians have to pay.
The Liberals blame the previous Conservative government for ignoring the recommendations of a special inquiry and refusing to compensate the 3 men.
Delay is always expensive.
This human rights lawyer says the money sounds like a lot, but it only goes so far.
Torture leaves permanent damage that these men will carry with them forever, and so no amount of money can compensate them for that.
Canada has settled other cases like this. In 2007, Meher Arar was awarded $11.5 million after he was jailed and tortured in Syria, in part because of Canadian intelligence actions. In July, Omar Khadr received $10.5 million after the Supreme Court found his civil rights were violated when he was detained in Guantanamo Bay.
He is not entitled to any payment, in my opinion, but when we look at the situation of these 3 individuals, Meher Arar as well, where they are proved to be innocent, they're definitely entitled to this payment.
The government is requiring more oversight of intelligence gathering and tightening up rules about how information obtained by torture can be used, part of its effort to prevent more suffering and more expensive settlements. Margot McDermott, CBC News, Ottawa.